Dude, okay, so Taylor Swift is at it again with her mind-blowing Easter eggs that have her fans, Swifties, going absolutely nuts. This time it's all about history, art, and a super old painting that's suddenly blowing up because of her latest music video. As an 18-year-old who's obsessed with her music, I love how Taylor turns everything she touches into a cultural phenomenon. She's not just dropping bops, she's educating us on stuff like Shakespeare and 1900s art without it feeling like school. In her new video for The Fate of Ophelia, she snuck in this historical reference that's got people flocking to a museum in Germany. It's wild how one celeb can revive interest in something that's been around for over a century. Let me paint the picture for you, no pun intended. Taylor, who's 35 and basically the queen of pop, got inspired by this iconic painting called Ophelia from the 1900s. The artist is Friedrich Hazer, a German painter who captured this tragic Shakespearean character in a super dramatic way. Ophelia is from Hamlet, that play we all had to read in English class. She's the girl who goes mad after her dad's killed and Hamlet rejects her, and she ends up drowning in a river surrounded by flowers. The painting shows her lying in the water, looking ethereal and sad, with all these vibrant flowers floating around. It's beautiful but kinda haunting, you know? Taylor talked about it in her interviews, explaining how the image resonated with her, maybe tying into themes of love, loss, and femininity in her songs. Right after she spilled the tea on this inspiration, Swifties started rushing to the Hessische Landesmuseum in Germany to see the actual painting. That's the museum where Hazer's Ophelia is housed. We're talking almost 500 new visitors just to check out this one piece. A spokesperson named Suzanne Hirschman chatted with The Guardian about it, saying they're having an absolute Ophelia run right now. They're surprised and stoked, 'cause it's not every day a pop star boosts museum attendance like that. She mentioned how it was a shock. One of their colleagues has a friend who's a huge Swift fan, and they spotted the similarity in the video's opening scene. They were like, wow, what a coincidence, that's exciting. Now, the museum's even trying to reach out to Taylor herself, hoping she'll swing by as their special visitor. Imagine Taylor Swift touring a German museum. It'd be epic content for her Eras tour or something. The video itself starts with Taylor recreating the painting perfectly. She's lying over a water body, dressed in white, with flowers everywhere, just like Ophelia. It's that attention to detail that Taylor's famous for. Her videos are always packed with symbolism, from colors representing albums to hidden messages in lyrics. This Easter egg fits right in with her style. Easter eggs in Taylor's world are those sneaky clues she drops for fans to decode, like in Look What You Made Me Do, with all the snake refs, or Cardigan, tying into folklore themes. But this one's historical, which takes it to another level. It's got fans diving into art history, reading up on Shakespeare, and appreciating paintings from way back. Why does this matter so much? 'Cause Taylor's influence is insane. At 18, I see how she turns her fans into mini detectives and scholars. Swifties aren't just streaming her music, they're analyzing every frame, every lyric. This frenzy over the Ophelia painting shows how pop culture can spark real interest in the arts. Museums usually struggle to attract young people, but boom, Taylor mentions a painting and suddenly everyone's booking tickets to Germany. The Hessische Landesmuseum isn't some massive place like the Louvre. It's more local, focused on Hessian art and history. Hazer's work is part of that, and now it's getting global attention. Suzanne's quotes highlight the surprise element. It's not like they expected a pop icon to shout them out. Let's geek out on the history a bit. The painting is from the early 1900s, but Ophelia's story goes back to Shakespeare's Hamlet from 1600-ish. Hamlet's this prince dealing with his dad's ghost, revenge, and all that drama. Ophelia's caught in the middle, and her madness scene is iconic. She sings sad songs and hands out flowers before drowning. Artists have been obsessed with her forever. John Everett Millais did a famous pre-Raphaelite version in the 1850s, where Ophelia's floating in a stream with flowers. Hazer's take is similar but with his own twist, maybe more romantic or German-influenced. Taylor picking this resonates with her themes in songs like Mad Woman or The Lakes, where she explores emotion, nature, and tragedy. Taylor's interviews where she explains this are gold. She's always so articulate, breaking down her creative process. She might have said something like how Ophelia's fate mirrors the pressures on women or the beauty and sorrow, stuff that ties into her album narratives. Her latest era, post-Eras tour, feels more introspective, and this video fits. Fans are in a frenzy, 'cause it's not just a pretty visual, it's layered. On Reddit and TikTok, threads are exploding with theories. Is this hinting at a new album? A re-record? Or just Taylor being Taylor? The museum's reaction is adorable. They're quite surprised and happy, as Suzanne put it. It's a shock but a good one. Their colleague Swiftie friends spotting the similarity shows how fan communities bridge worlds. Now they're reaching out to Taylor, maybe through her team or socials. If she visits, it'd be huge. Photos, maybe a special exhibit. Taylor's been to museums before, she's artsy like that. This Easter egg frenzy reminds me of other Taylor moments. Remember the Lavender Haze video with all the purple refs? Or the Fortnite collab with Post Malone? Each one sends fans spiraling. But this historical one educates. At 18 I appreciate how it makes history fun. Instead of boring textbooks, it's through music videos. Swifties are researching Hazer, who was a German artist born in 1857, known for historical and mythological scenes. His Ophelia is